Committees. Thanks for joining us, Senator. So a Justice Department official tells CNN that internal legal advisors cleared a memo signed by Attorney General Pam Bondi endorsing the legality of President Donald Trump accepting the luxury jet from Qatar. And as you know, after his term would be over, he would take that jet with him to his presidential library. It has been pointed out, not just by liberals, by conservatives too, that Bondi was previously a lobbyist on behalf of Qatar's government. Do you have any concerns about her being the person to give the clearance?
A couple of things in this. First of all, there's no guarantee that it's going to go to the presidential library. What was said was when the plane is retired, it could possibly end up in the President Trump's presidential library. That's what was said. Now, a question, and I don't have any problem with Pam making an opinion on this. The real question is, Jake, why is this an issue? Could you explain to me why this is a big issue? Because I can't figure it out. The last time I checked, we were okay when France gave us the Statue of Liberty. And by the way, it worked out pretty good for them, because if it wasn't for America, I think Europe would look much different coming out of World War I and maybe World War II. So could you help me understand why this is becoming an issue?
Well, in point of fact, when it comes to the Statue of Liberty, I think Congress authorized that. But it's not really, I'm not the one bringing it up as an issue as much as some of your Republican colleagues, Senator Ted Cruz. Well, just listen to some.
It wasn't brought up as an issue. They asked him if this is concerning.
Okay, and he said the plane poses, quote, significant espionage and surveillance problems. That's not true?
If you took it and you assume that the president's going to jump in it as it sets and ride along and have security briefings, there's no chance in the world that's going to happen. Anybody that knows anything about the intelligence world knows that, one, we're going to strip it completely down, because the only thing we need is the frame. The interior and the electronics on a standard 747 will never work for the presidential Air Force One. It doesn't work. We have some air defense technology that doesn't come from Boeing. We have a lot of technology that's on there for the president to be connected so it can be the White House in the air. No chance that anything inside that plane stays inside that plane. So for anyone that has concerns, they don't even begin to understand our intelligence agencies.
So some of the concerns I've heard raised, and again by conservatives as well as progressives and liberals, are the fact that Qatar is the home country of the political leadership of Hamas. Qatar funds and has funded terrorism in the past. Qatar is the supplier of propaganda via Al Jazeera, and people do not think that Qatar. Now, I'm telling you what people are saying. This is not my opinion, and people do not think that Qatar is a good faith actor on the world stage.
It's funny when you address that as people and you're not giving names on this. Now, you and I have a great relationship. You said
I can give you a name.
Conservative.
Ben Shapiro. He's a conservative. Okay. That's just one. But
Ben Shapiro is also a talk show host, which we can go down that road. We can do whatever we want to on that one. People's a right to their opinion. But the facts remain. Why wouldn't the country of the United States take a 747? But here's what's interesting to me. What the media isn't telling you, what no one's talking to you about, is this same 747 has been in negotiations for a year. The Biden administration is the one that started these conversations. It didn't start underneath the Trump administration. Why? Because we need a backup for Air Force One. Because right now the President of the United States is flying around on a 40-year-old plane, and there is no backup for it. The backup we had, the airframe started having structural issues. No one's discussing that part. They're just discussing that the deal ended with President Trump. Maybe the media doesn't know. Maybe I'll give them a pass. Maybe you didn't know. I'll give you the pass. I'll give you a pass on that one. But the fact is, this conversation started with Qatar, with Biden a year ago.
So what I know is that President Trump has been very frustrated with the long time it's taken Boeing to get the new Air Force One ready for him.
This is true.
He ordered that in the first administration, and still here we are. And, welcome to government bureaucracy and defense contractors, et cetera. But I think that there are people that do have legitimate questions, such as Ted Cruz, Ben Shapiro, Republican Senator Markwayne Mullin. It's always good to have you on the show. Next time in person, tell John Thune not acceptable calling votes this late.